Hello everyone, Duane, founder and CEO of Influence Seminars, and in this video I want to talk about one of the key components of truly having influence as a sales professional or someone who's selling for another company, maybe a channel partner, a distributor, a third party. Whenever it comes to influencing the buying decisions, the buying cycles, and the behaviors of my customers in a positive way that benefits them and our company, one of the things that we absolutely must do is establish ourselves as trusted advisors. Now, we've all heard that on some level, but what does it really mean? How do we do it, and why is it important? Well, in order to be a trusted advisor, it means that we have to be able to position ourselves in a way where our customers simply take our suggestions and take our recommendations so that we can completely bypass the sales process. Is that even possible? Well, if you've been in sales for any amount of time, I know that you know it is. You've been there. But how do you do it intentionally? So in this video, I want to share 4 key distinctions, things that I've learned along the way and have observed with thousands of successful sales professionals and sales executives that have allowed them to be positioned as a trusted advisor. Again, where the customer just takes their suggestions or recommendations and everybody wins from it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is being able to set your agenda aside and simply listen and ask good questions. Now, when I say set your agenda aside, what I mean is the agenda is the sales process. If we're in a sales career and we have a quota to meet or a goal to meet, we have an agenda. I'm going to invite you, and this is going to take tons of practice. If you're not doing this consistently, it's going to take practice. Be able to walk in front of a customer, get on the phone with a customer, or email a customer, and set your agenda completely aside to 100% be present and listen to what it is they have to say. Number 2, being able to ask amazing questions and then being able to listen not only to what they're saying, but beyond what they're saying, selflessly, because your agenda is set aside. So many times we listen so that we can answer or respond, but I'm going to invite you to listen so that you can understand and learn. And one of the most powerful questions that we can ask, I learned this on accident. I was playing one time, I was in a class, and I was playing a negotiations game where it felt like a competitive situation, but it wasn't meant to be competitive at all. It was meant to be collaborative to teach us a win-win outcome, or how to create a win-win outcome. Well, we weren't able to succeed in the time frame that was given to us, and the instructor stopped the clock and he says, okay, let me ask you this. You guys are getting so close, and I know you're competitive. Would you like a little bit more time to finish this out and resolve this? And we were like, yeah. He says, great, I'll give you that extra time, but here's what I need to know. What is it that you are going to give me in exchange for that time? Well, we did what so many sales professionals, even the most seasoned sales professionals, do. We started trying to offer. We'll give you this. We'll give you that. We'll give you more time. We'll give you lunch. We'll give you a $100 bill. We'll give you good ratings on your A's. And the whole time he's like, nope, don't need it. Nope, don't want it. I can't take it. And finally, out of frustration, I remember in that moment, me getting so frustrated, looking at the guy going, what do you want? To which he said, oh, interesting question. It's always the last question we ask, but the first question we should ask. Some version of, what do you need? What do you want? What do you expect? What do you hope for? What does that look like? And then being able to listen deep and understand. The third thing is we need to be able, as we've set our agenda aside, be able to let the customer guide the conversation and go where they want it to go. But that requires, number 4, us being willing to sacrifice our current win for the long-term win. If you're going to listen to where the customer wants to go and take it to where they want to go. I remember one time I was working with a major bank when they were doing an expansion, and part of the sales training that we did is that we put everybody in a big circle. We put one customer in the center, and we made everybody in that circle act as a single customer. And the person that was in the center would randomly point to different people to continue the conversation. So somebody would ask the customer a question, the customer would answer it, but before that person could respond, they'd point to another person, which required everybody in that circle to think with one mind and listen intently to what the customer was saying. Well, as you can imagine, that was a very difficult thing to do. And again, it requires practice, and it requires setting our agenda aside, realizing that we might not get the sale or make the win this time, but if we can set our agenda aside and give that customer what they want, need, and expect, even if it's not our product and service, we create value in their lives. We create trust. We become that trusted advisor when we put those 4 things together. And the next time they have a need, an opportunity, or a want, or they know somebody or run across somebody who can be served by what you offer, they trust you so much. They believe in what you're doing so much that they automatically recommend you to the people who can use you most. So you win in the long run. So again, number 1, set your agenda aside. What's your agenda? The sales process, the sales conversation. Set it aside. Secondly, ask great questions such as, what do you want? What do you need? What do you expect? Third, let the customer take the conversation where they want to go. And number 4, allow it to not have a win for you this time. Send them in the right direction. Become a true consultant, a true trusted advisor, so that when the time is right, they'll come back to you or they'll refer other people to you. I remember clearly how this happened to me. I was working in a retail store, Verizon Wireless, selling cell phones, and I can remember one time, talking with a customer, realizing that this product, this cell phone, is not going to work where you need it to work most. And if I sell this to you, you are going to hate me for the next 2 years because you'll be under contract. And I remember sending them away, telling them this is not going to work for you. You need to go down the road to the competitor, because selfishly I didn't want to deal with it, right? But I was looking out for their interest on one level too. Sure enough, 3 days later, they come back and they said, look, we understand you said it wouldn't work where we need it to work, but nobody else has been able to work with us or help us or build that trust with us so much. We want to give it a try and see for ourselves. Would it be okay if we gave it a 10-day test? And I'm sure, like, okay, but please understand, it's not going to work where you want it to. And when it doesn't, you need to bring it back in 10 days. They ended up bringing it back, but they ended up sending me, if I knew or had to guess, probably north of 5 referrals from that one customer just because of the way I treated them. Let go of your win. Somebody once said that negotiations is never about you, it's always about them. And whenever you can give selflessly, setting your agenda aside, listening, letting them take it where they want it to go, and sacrificing the win now so that you can win long term, you become a trusted advisor that people want to work with again, again, and again, and refer. Give it a test, try it out. And when you do, leave a comment below. Give me a thumbs up, share this with somebody you think can benefit, or in the comments below, share your story, because I do want to hear it. Until we talk next time, remember, you can write your own ticket to selling success. You just got to be willing to let go of your agenda and let the customer lead so that they can win and ultimately you win too. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.